What's up, everyone? Welcome. Welcome. Let me check the audio. I am back. Okay, very good. Very good, very good, very good. What's up, everybody? Welcome to, well, it's been a long time, right? Day 37. What up, slime? What's poppin', slime? I think this is day 37 of me learning how to vibe code, but now it feels like day one because it's been a long time. I know what the heck is going on because I feel so out of the loop because when I tell you there was no internet, there was no internet. Like a shot of me streaming was non-existent. There was no electricity at some points, okay? So forget about internet. There was no electricity at some points of my trip. So streaming, vibe coding, anything like that, that was definitely out of the question. So a lot has changed, I know. So everybody's gonna have to fill me in. Like, I feel like I know a little bit about what's changed. I mean, I just opened Claude for the first time today. I got home yesterday and I don't know. I don't even know what this is. Claude now has a browser. Kimi 3 is the hottest thing now. Okay, so I'm gonna have to play with that tonight. Why is that the hottest thing? Well, I'll have to look it up. Okay, so that's the first thing that I'm gonna have to see about Kimi 3. I know like they brought Fable 5 back and then it was only supposed to be till like July. It's as good as Fable, okay? And how much does it cost? I know they brought Fable 5 back, but it was only supposed to be till July 7th and it was only supposed to be till July 11th and now it's till July 19th, but oh, you don't know. But you haven't gotten to use it yet. Okay, so I'll do some research on that. But like you can only use 50% of your usage on Fable 5. Since too many people are using it. Ay. What is going on? And how could in 2 weeks so much happen? That's so crazy. That's so crazy. But I'm excited to get back into it. I learned a lot about, well, I mean, the trip was freaking phenomenal. Like, it was the best trip, best 2 weeks of my entire life. But also using the app, there were issues. Of course, there were issues. I wrote them down, and the first thing I want to do is fix that. And after I fix the bugs and kind of finish what I want to with this, then the guide that took me around Pakistan, like there was a part of the trip where I stayed with his family for a few days at their homestay, and they have their own business, but I feel like they're not getting enough. They don't have a website. So I'm going to help them. They know that I'm learning. I'm going to help them build their website because they're such amazing people. With them knowing that I am new, and if there are bugs, I will just fix them. So I think that's going to be the next project. But first I need to fix everything. So what else happened? Let me rename this. Peak pages. This is type 2 enter data. So, yeah. All right. But for today, I'm going to save July 19th. Today's the 17th. So 17, 18, 19. So I have like 3 days to use it. I'm not going to use Fable 5 for fixing these bugs. I'm going to use it when I make the landing page for the company website. I'm going to save it for that. For this, I'll just use Opus 4.8. That's what I was using. It says now Claude now has a browser. Claude can browse, click, and screenshot to get things done for you on any site or your own app. What's this? Didn't it already do that? Okay, so there were, let me see what I wrote down the issues. There were issues. So it working offline, it was a little sketchy. So basically it works really well offline when the altitude isn't too high. And I first learned that when I was on the plane, because when I was on the plane, I tried to open the app and it wouldn't. And I was thinking, oh no, it doesn't work offline. And then I was thinking maybe it's just because I'm in the air, right? And so I don't know, it didn't work on the plane. But then when I got there and then I tried again, I went on airplane mode and it worked. But then depending on where I was, if I was at a really, really high altitude and I didn't have internet, the app wouldn't open. So I don't know if that's even anything that can be fixed. I mean, I was high up there. Like, I was really high up there. Like I said, there was no electricity at some points where I was. So I don't even know if that's something that can be fixed. That's going to be the last thing that I fix, because I don't even know when I'm going to be at a high enough altitude to even test that if I try to fix it. But I'll see what Claude has to say about that. I need to change something. Like when I put the watch data in, I need an option to just type the number, because it was just a plus and minus sign. And, you know, sometimes I'm doing like 27,000 steps a day and I'm just like clicking the plus sign to get to like 27,000. And that was freaking annoying. That was really annoying. So I need to change that just so I can type in the data. The last like few days of the trip, I didn't even put the watch data in because I was so annoyed. So I want to change that first and then finish entering my watch data. And then there's a part where it says distance traveled. I didn't even fill it in because I thought that the GPS coordinates would have just calculated that distance. And it didn't. So I didn't want to like start looking up what was the distance that I traveled. I just want to fix it because I have the GPS coordinates that it can just calculate the distance that I traveled for me. It should be able to do that. And then I'll go in. There's many, many typos that I made in the journal entries because I used voice to text, because I was doing my, I was entering the days really late at night after my body was like demolished after doing these crazy hikes, that I don't even know what I was saying into the phone. I was just dying. Like, I was just dying. And I was thinking, somebody said once in the chat, somebody said, if somebody's trekking the Himalayas, wouldn't using an app like this or writing a journal entry be the last thing on their mind? And that person was 100% correct. Because at the end of each day, I was so dead. I was actually so annoyed that I had to write a journal entry, but I still did it. Hi, Rise, welcome. Nice view on Insta. Will you post any video? Did you climb the... Yes, I Rise, the amount of content that I have is insane. It's insane. I didn't know that you follow me on Instagram, so you saw my stories and stuff. I have so much content on the Insta360, on the GoPro. Like, I have so much. I haven't started looking at it yet. I just got back yesterday, but I will, and I'm going to have to release them in episodes, because if I try to do the whole trip at once, it will take me years. But oh my God. I think it was the best 2 weeks of my entire life. I've never seen things this beautiful. Oh no, it's okay. If you're curious, Rise, if you go to my Instagram and you go to the highlights, I have a whole Pakistan highlight of like the entire trip. It was freaking incredible. Incredible. Like, I actually didn't even want to leave. I was so sad when I left. And I mean, listen, I'm happy that I'm clean because I was absolutely filthy. Like, you definitely have to be willing to get dirty to do a trip that I did. Like, I gave my clothes to the laundry yesterday and I told the guy, I was like, these clothes are very dirty. And he was like, okay, no problem. I was like, no, 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 no. I was like, they're very, very, very dirty. I think I scared the guy, the Thai guy. He was like, okay. I'm like, no. Like, you really need to deep clean these clothes because I'm actually considering throwing them away. So you definitely have to be willing to get filthy. And I got food poisoning really, really bad. Yeah. And I still have it. I still have the food poisoning. And it's been like a week now. So I'm going to give myself a few days of just like being back in my routine and eating my own food. And if I'm still sick, I will have to go to the doctor. Because something like this has never happened to me before. So that was interesting, but it didn't get in the way of. Thank you. Listen, I did these crazy hikes with really bad food poisoning, so I proved to myself that I'm super strong. It was definitely interesting doing it with food poisoning, but I still did it, and I have to say I'm really proud of myself for getting through it in that condition because it was not normal. It was not normal. Hey, Push. Nice to meet you. Thanks for joining. New here. This is actually my first day back in like 2.5 weeks. I just came back from Pakistan from trekking the Himalayas, and I built an app for my trip and I tested it while I was there. So now I'm doing some bug fixes because while I was traveling and while I was using the app, you know, there were some issues and some things that I realized that I wanted to fix. So this is an app that I built before my trip. Today is my first day back, so great day for you to be new here. Yeah, so there are definitely some things that I want to fix. So let me start the first prompt. Somebody is messaging me on Instagram. Oh, I know who that is. Wow, remembered when I was coming back. Somebody from the chat. Maybe he'll come in here. I'm not gonna type right now, but just come to the live. Okay, so the first thing I want to fix is when entering the watch data, I want to change how you enter the numbers by just being able to type them in rather than using the plus and minus sign. And also, I would like to make it so you can enter any number that you want, not just increments of 5 and 10. Hey, Neil, welcome. Yes, I just got back. I just got back yesterday from my trip. And there was absolutely no way that I would have been able to stream because there were times where I didn't even have electricity. So forget about, I was worried about having service and internet. There was no electric at some point. So there was no way. And even when you did have Wi-Fi, it wasn't that good. I met another YouTuber. I met a lot of interesting people, but I met these two German guys who were hiking. One of them was a YouTuber, a travel vlogger. I'll put his handle here because he was super nice. But he doesn't stream. His vlogs are in German. He's from Germany. But he was in Pakistan for 4 weeks and he stayed at like a fancy hotel one night and he uploaded a video to YouTube, and it took, even then in the city, he it took him 12 hours to upload the video. Hi, Mike. Welcome. Just one shot with Fable 5. I just got back today. I was hiking the Himalayas in Pakistan. And I know I have until the 19th to use Fable 5. I already have a project in mind what I want to use it for. So I'm going to save it because I know there are some rules behind it, right? It's only 50% of your usage can go towards Fable 5. And there's a company that I'm going to build a website for, and I'm going to start with the landing page. I want to use Fable 5 for that. So I'm going to save it. Hey, Fire, welcome. I'm fixing some bugs or some issues that I had with the app while I was traveling. I just got back yesterday. And I took some notes on what worked, what didn't work, what I didn't like. So I'm just fixing that. Hey, Peck. Oh my God, my journey was amazing. It was amazing. It was the best 2 weeks of my entire life. Other than I got food poisoning and I still have it. And it's been like a week and I still have it. So other than that, it was amazing. It was like the best 2 weeks of my entire life. And I feel like I have to go back. Like I've never felt this way about a country where I felt this pull that I have to go back there. I don't know. It was crazy. Even though I was completely filthy and sweaty and dirty and dusty and had food poisoning and dirty toilets and everything like that, I still didn't want to leave. I don't know what it is. I just fell in love with the country. I just want to say hi for now. Okay, Neil, thanks for stopping by. It was nice to see you. Enjoy. Yeah, Peck, I can't even believe how it was. You know, there are a lot of places that I travel to, you see pictures of, and then you get there and like the picture was better and it's disappointing. Here, it was not the case. Like every single place that I saw a picture of and then I went, it was even better than the pictures. It was crazy. And also like the guide that I hired, he was a local to the northern area, and he really, I mean, like he went above and beyond for me, above and beyond, and really showed me like we were laughing because, I mean, listen, I spent 2 weeks with this person, so he got to know like my mannerisms and things like that. And he said every time like we would be hiking, and we would get to the viewpoint, every single time I would say, holy shit, like every single time. And then he said when we were hiking and it was really hard and I was dying, I would say, oh, F me. Like, I don't want to curse on YouTube. Hey, Johnny. Welcome. Oh, thank you. I'm back and I'm alive. I'm not so well because I have food poisoning, but it's okay. But I'm back. I just got back yesterday, just fixing some things. And now I'm chatting and not paying attention to Claude, of course. And so many things have changed. I need to catch up on everything. I'm totally out of the loop. So let's see what changed. And like, I just want to show everybody everything. It was so beautiful. Oh my God. I've never seen someplace so beautiful. It makes me want to cry. Okay. What changed? The 6 activity from your watch fields, move, exercise, flights, left the number section. Okay, so let me see now. The last few days I didn't enter the watch data, so we'll see we'll see now. Because I was so annoyed with just pressing the plus button and to like 20 plus thousand. I was like, at the end of the day, I'm like dead. After these hikes were something else. All right, let me see. Where did I not enter the watch data? Okay, we have watch data. This was sick. It's the number 2 most dangerous road in the entire world. I posted a reel or a YouTube short. You could see it with my Insta360. But I have to say, I wasn't scared at all. I was more scared when we were driving on the highway. When we were driving on the highway, you got pedestrians just walking casually, kids. The amount of times I had heart attacks in the car on the highway. But this, no. I had the camera up in the air. I was like, get that camera up. Oh, I don't have watch data here. What day was this? July 6th. All right, gotta go back to July 6th. How do I get there? No, but for me, I was just scared. I was having like literally heart attacks on the highway, but not on Ferry Meadow Road, which is supposed to be the most dangerous road in the second most dangerous road in the entire world. I was not even fazed by it. I mean, I was excited. How do I get to? Do I have to do it on the phone? If that's the case, that's super annoying. How do I get to another day? Not today. All right, well, let me just see if it works. No, but I didn't listen to me. Claude didn't listen to me. See, like, this is also annoying. It's only going by hundreds. And, like, what if I did, like, 23,771 steps? Like, oh, wait. I'm supposed to be able to type this. No, I think maybe it didn't push it yet. Ah, okay, perfect. Now I can type it. But imagine I was using that plus sign every single night when my eyes are like barely open and my body is so sore and I'm just like, okay, perfect. So I can fix that later because I can't get the watch data from the other days. I think I can get it on my phone, but I'm using my phone right now. Okay, perfect. All right, next thing I want to fix. Also, let me just see what's the usage looking like these days. Okay, normal. Okay, so Fable 5 is separate. All right, that works. Now, the next thing I want to fix is, so every night I would put in I would use the GPS coordinates for the elevation, but the distance traveled, it didn't calculate, and I don't want to figure out the distance myself. Like, that's annoying. I was on a trip. Like, the last thing, honestly, using this app was the last thing I wanted to do at the end of the night because I was dead. Absolutely dead every day. But I still did it because I made the commitment. And looking back now, I can't wait to like read the things that I wrote. I don't even know what I wrote, but I was not calculating the distance traveled. That was for sure. I was not doing that. Hi, Shahad. No, I am going to use Fable 5. I'm just doing some bug fixes to my current app. I don't think that we've met before, have we? Have you been here before? But I just came back from my trip that I built the app for. And there is another project that I'm going to start right after I fix these bugs. So I'm just saving my Fable 5 usage for that. Because that one, I think it's more important I use Fable 5 for that. For this, I don't think I need it for these little bug fixes. You feel me? Okay. Let's do this. I'm going to use the same session. Okay, calculate distance. The distance. Starting altitude, sleeping altitude, distance. Hours, I guess I would only know the hours. I should have been entering that in. But honestly, I got to a point on this trip where I didn't know what day it was. I didn't know what time it was. I didn't know what month it was. I was like, what day is it? Where am I? I wasn't even looking at the calendar or the watch. I was just going with the flow. Okay, so next for the distance section, can we make it so the distance is automatically calculated based on the GPS coordinates? Yeah, that's what I want. I was not looking up. And I wasn't going to ask the guide every day, well, how many kilometers did we travel? Like, I mean, we traveled a lot. That's it. Ugh, it was so sick. This was sick. Sick! It was so good. It was so good. Hi. So what's going on with you guys? How's everybody been? I'm so happy that you're here. I thought I was like, I'm going to go live and everybody would have forgotten about me at this point. Because it feels like years. What? That's it? Where's the rest of my music? House, trance. Oh. This was the day. This was the day that I started getting sick, right here, day 7. So that was really like right in the middle of the trip. Yeah. This was the day that I started getting sick. So I've been sick for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the 8th day. Hi, Kenneth. Welcome. Been okay. I'm USA semi-truck driver, about to fall asleep, so tired. Worry not though. Home vibe coding. At home vibe coding game. Yeah, well, thank God you're not driving a truck right now. Yeah, you told me. You told me you're a truck driver. I remember that. Yeah, well, if you're falling asleep, I'm really glad that you're vibe coding and you're not driving the truck right now, falling asleep. Of course. How can I forget you, Kenneth? You were the first person that Nightbot banned on my first day streaming, and I was like, what the heck? It taught me that I needed to put Nightbot in check. Yeah, so this is the day 7, that I started feeling sick, and I didn't feel it in my stomach yet. And this was the hardest hike of the entire trip on day 7. Look at these stars. Are Are you kidding me? These are the stars. Um, it was the hardest hike of the entire trip, and I woke up that day and my head was like pounding and my body was aching, and I was thinking, could my body be this sore already? Like, yeah, we did some intense hikes, but it just didn't feel normal. And then I was thinking, like, oh no, I hope I'm not getting sick, like as in some type of like flu or respiratory illness, because then hiking becomes really hard. So we did this hike and my head was like, it was just pounding and my body was aching. When I tell you, I was using a walking stick and I just felt like I was on like I was drugged or something. I was like barely a human hiking up this mountain, like eyes halfway open, like, and I was just like, okay, one step at a time. And somehow I made it. But the next day, it made sense why I felt so ill. I had food poisoning. And I just didn't feel it in my stomach yet. It was like, your gut controls your whole body. So there was something wrong in there, and it affected my head and my muscles and everything. And then the next day, we finished the hike because it's a 2-day trek, 2-day, 1-night trek. And we finished it the next day and then went all the way back down. And that was my first day of food poisoning. So I'll just say it was interesting, to say the least. It was very interesting. The mountains were my toilet for the rest of the trip. But the mountains were a lot better than the actual toilets, I have to say. I preferred it. But I didn't let it didn't slow me down at all. Everybody was telling me, you're such a good hiker. Like, my guide would say, oh, this is a 3-hour hike, and we would do it in an hour and a half. So, and that was me hiking with food poisoning. So I'm pretty damn proud of myself. But I'm gonna give myself a few days break from the gym because my body is absolutely smashed. Food poisoning sucks, but I know from experience how terrible. Yeah, the emojis, I'm dead. Tell me about it, Kenneth. And then doing these hikes, these are not casual hikes. These are like, this is the Himalayas. Like, this was intense, man. This was intense. And doing it with food poisoning. We would be hiking, right? And then my guide would just look back at me. He's like, you want to poop? Like every 20 minutes or so, he would turn around like, you want to poop? I was like, oh my God. I was like, my stomach. Oh God, it was interesting. But I still did it. I think anybody else, and everybody was telling me anybody else just would have just tapped out, like would have not done the hikes, but so you had to go and open to Oh, Rise, you want to know all the details? Yeah, I did. I mean, I know it's disgusting, and I'm sorry, it's not ladylike, but it's real. There was, Rise, when I tell you, there was no choice. Like, there was no choice. I was ill. Like, it was that or nothing. There was no choice. I mean, was it open? No, I would find a tree in a hidden spot, but like, it's giving you so many details, but like, there was just no choice. Oh, well, yeah, I did stay in hotels and things like that, but like, when you're doing these hikes are like all day long, and if you have food poisoning, I mean, I didn't want to skip any of the hikes. And listen, I'm strong, I'm tough. A little food poisoning wasn't gonna slow me down, but sorry, slime. I'm sorry, but it's real. It's real. Um, it's the reality. Like, what am I gonna do? And I tried to put together like how did I get this food poisoning? Um, I mean, it could have been anything. It could have been anything. But I really think I know what it was. I could be wrong. But the one thing I didn't like about the country where there's just so many flies everywhere. And the flies, they love like when you're hiking, they're all like the the cow poop and the horse poop on the trails. They're all over it, but then the flies are everywhere. So I'm just thinking these flies are going from the cow poop to your food, like, or it could have been anything else, but that's just what went through my mind, the flies, because the flies were the thing that were irritating me. Hey, sissy! Yes, I'm back and I'm alive with just a little food poisoning. I just want to say that, when we first talked, I said my favorite. Nice, Neil. I'm glad that you find something else that you love. I thought flies would not be in there. No, there were flies. There are just flies everywhere. There are just flies everywhere. And then, like, anytime you sit down to eat, there are flies. It was the one thing I did. The one and only thing that I didn't like was that. And there's a good chance that I got ill because of the flies, because of where they like to go, and then they come to you, and yeah, that's the only, it could be that. But again, if I'm not better in a few days, I'm gonna go see a doctor, because at that point it could be a parasite. Like, that's just the reality. I hope that's not the case. I'm staying optimistic. I'm staying positive. I was staying positive the whole time. I just got back yesterday eating my own food that I cooked, so hopefully. But what I was saying is, when I get back into the gym, I need to lift heavy, because and it's because of the hiking and it's because of the food poisoning, but I'm significantly thinner than when I left for this trip. And, like, not really in a good way. It's a little too thin. I was looking at myself in the mirror, and yesterday when I got back, I went to like a few appointments because I just wanted to, just clean myself up. And like all the ladies were saying, like, you look very thin. So I know it's not just me. And it's from the strenuous activity and the food poisoning, but I'm significantly thinner than when I left for the trip. I can see it. Yeah, definitely. I have my vitamins. I have my water. I'm taking electrolytes and things like that. Let's see what Claude did. Done and push. What it does. Tap and capture now also sets. Okay, but I don't. Okay. Okay, so for my current trip, I have already captured the GPS coordinates and I'm already back. So I don't want to tap the GPS coordinates again. So can we calculate the distance from day to day based on the GPS coordinates that are already in there? And that goes for any trip that any user has already created. Takes about a week to recover from my experience. Yeah, Kenneth, that's what I was saying, because this only happened to me one time before, and it was from a coconut. There were some bad coconuts going around in Thailand like 2 years ago, and it lasted like a week. Now it's been over a week, but in all fairness, I just got back home yesterday. So while I was sick, like I really didn't have the option to do what I needed to do to recover. So I'm giving it, I'll give it at most like a week of being back. And if I'm still sick in a week from now, I mean, then I gotta figure it. I gotta get like the parasite medication or something. But I will say, I would much have rather have a stomach problem, stomach illness, than like a respiratory illness doing these hikes because I went on a hiking trip before to Utah and I was very, very sick with a bad cough. Um, and that killed me. That killed me. Yeah, I should get some chicken soup. I should get some chicken soup. I'm really glad that I did my cooking before I left for the trip. Like I cooked my meal prep and I froze it. So yesterday when I got home, it's like I had my home cooked meal ready for me. Because at least I know what I put in my cooking and everything is like very clean ingredients. But part of me really wanted to go get pad thai yesterday, but I said no, no, no. No, I have to eat my home cooked food today. But I mean, not that the food in Thailand is very, very clean. Like I've never gotten sick. I've only gotten sick here from a bad coconut. So Neil, I did, but I only got through like 3 episodes just because it was right before my trip. But now I'm back and I have really nothing but time. So I'll be vibe coding and well, I got content to edit, so I shouldn't say that I have nothing but time. But I will have a lot more time to watch things. So I'm gonna get back into it. I was going to last night, but I was so tired that I didn't want to read subtitles because my eyes were just so heavy. Because what was yesterday? Yesterday was Wednesday. I left Pakistan Tuesday night. My flight was at 11:20 p.m. and then I landed in Bangkok at 6:30 in the morning Thursday, and then I had to fly to Phuket. I didn't get back into my house until like 2 p.m. yesterday, so I was just dead. And then I emptied the bag. I did my laundry. I cleaned everything. When I tell you I scrubbed everything to death. My hiking boots, I think there's going to be sand and dust in it for forever. Can you tell the character you already seen? Oh man, Neil, it's been a long time. I'm forgetting their names. Give me a little bit to just refresh my memory, Neil, because I have just been through like a life-changing 2 weeks, and I'm just trying to remember how to vibe code at this point. It's hard for me to even remember life before 2 weeks ago. That's how epic it was. It was absolutely epic. No, no, don't be sorry. I'm sorry because I feel like crazy after the past 2 weeks. It was so good though. I need to go back. I have to figure out a way to get back. So, I stayed in this village in Hunza called Golkan, and that was my guide's family's actual home. We stayed there for 3 nights, and there was this woman there, a little bit of an older woman, who is from the United States, and she goes every summer and she volunteers at the community school there for like a month. And I was thinking, well, I changed numbers with her because I was thinking about maybe doing the same thing, because she's also a teacher and she also struggles with the same things that I do in terms of like how the education system is so broken kind of almost everywhere in the world. But when she comes to Pakistan and she volunteers, the kids like they come and they want to come to class, they want to do work, they want to learn. And it reminds me of the students that I had, the Pakistani students, who inspired this whole idea. So I feel like if I go back and I volunteer and I give back to the community, I feel like it would be a full circle moment for me, and it would be a good excuse for me to go back to Pakistan because I'm like obsessed with the country. Hey templates! Hi! I'm back, and it was amazing. It was amazing. Best trip of my entire life. Best 2 weeks of my entire life. I can't think of a better 2 weeks that I've ever had in my entire life. I can't think about it. All right. Non-destructive. What's destructive? Done pushing me. What changed? The one function every screen reads through now fills in each day's distance from the straight line distance. Well, yeah, obviously we didn't travel a straight line, but it's good enough for any day that has no distance of its own. So your Pakistan trip and any user's existing trip get day distances built to save days. Hey Hunter, welcome. What's going on? Oh yeah, it's morning for you. Yeah, well, it's my first day back because I just got back from Pakistan. I mean, I'm sure you heard that that's where I was, and I just got back yesterday. I built an app to test while I was in Pakistan, so now I'm just fixing some bugs and some things that I didn't like. And yeah, and also just trying to familiarize myself with vibe coding again because it has been an epic 2 weeks, and I forget what life was like before I even left because it was just amazing. But there was absolutely no vibe coding going on in Pakistan because, Hunter, you won't believe, I was thinking like, is there a way that I'll be able to stream or something while I'm there? Okay, I knew I wasn't going to have internet, but I didn't even have electricity at some points. I didn't even have electricity. Once your Claude subscription, I will try it. Yeah, I've been meaning to want to test codecs, but I was thinking I actually set it up a little bit before I left for my trip, and now I'm back, so I'm just trying to ease into everything. But yeah, codecs definitely next. Template said, I can see freshness on your face. Nothing to ask from you. Oh my God, templates, your country is the most amazing country I have ever been to in my entire life. I'm already thinking about how and when I can go back. I can't believe it. No problem. No, I understood what you meant. Hunter, I understood what you meant. But yeah, that's what I'm planning to do. I set it up before I left for my trip, and now I just have some things to fix. I want to be able to use Fable 5 the 2 days that I have to use it because I was away the whole time. I didn't get to use it, but I'm using Opus 4.8 because I want to save that usage because I'm going to make a landing page for the guide that took me around Pakistan, his family business. They don't have a website. So, you know, they welcomed me into their home. They took care of me with my food poisoning and everything. And it's a good, since I am learning, since I am an amateur, I'm going to start with their website, and they know that if there are bugs, I'll just fix them. I guess we should add another. Yes, please let me be the next Pakistani citizen, please. How do I get citizenship? What do I have to do? What do I have to do to get citizenship in Pakistan? Tell me, I'll do it. Do I need to learn the language, write the language? There are so many languages in the country too. Even in just one district, they speak 4 different languages. But I know Urdu is the nationwide language. Okay. Okay, good. Now my distance is there. 240.7 kilometers. I mean, that sounds about right. From here to here, it was a 12-hour drive. 12-hour drive. But it's the straight line distance, and trust me, we were not traveling in any straight line ever. We were traveling like this the whole time. The whole time we were traveling like this. There was definitely no straight line. You can have honorary citizenship. Thank you. Thank you. The hospitality was insane. And by the way, I was like famous or something there. People were lining up to take photos with me, but the nicest people I've ever met in my life. Yeah, so many people so many people took photos with me. On the last day, we went to Marcer Rock. That was here. I'll show you guys. This rock. I wish you could see like the full picture. That's actually something I should fix. When you click on it, the full picture opens. I'll fix that right now. But anyway, that was here. By the way, this rock was really scary. When I was getting back down, I was walking like a crab down the rock. Like I was too scared to stand up. But we were up there, and there were these 2 Pakistani tourists. It was like the last day in the north. And they were like, where are you from? Everybody asked you, where are you from? Like, I'm originally from New York City. They were like, oh my God, can we take a photo with you? My guide was just like, no. I think he was over it. But I didn't mind. I'll take a picture with everybody, honestly. Everybody was so nice to me. Okay, let's fix that. Let's fix that next. But what was the other thing I had on my list? Okay, the offline part being sketchy depending on the altitude. I'm going to save that for last because I don't know. I just don't know how I'll be able to test it. I'm not going to be at an altitude that high, unfortunately, in a long time. All right, let's do a new session. I met this girl too. She's a DJ. Her name is Nepo Baby from Islamabad. And her music was so good. She was playing her mixes when we were in the Fairy Meadows. And like my guide and I, like, because then from there we like didn't have really good service for a long time. So we're just like, we need to find Nepo Baby's music like the whole time. And finally at the end of the trip we found it. But I think her music is copywritten because I was asking her, can I use it for my stream? Is it copywritten? And I think it's copywritten, but damn, her music was so good. And that was one thing I'm going to go back to Pakistan anyway, because one, I didn't get to see Lahore and I want to see Lahore. And then in Islamabad, that's where the girl, I met this crazy group of young Pakistanis. They were very interesting. We talked a lot in the Fairy Meadows. And they want me to come to a rave with them in Islamabad, and I want to go so bad, but I didn't have time. When I flew from Skardu to Islamabad, I only had like the day, and then my flight back to Thailand was that night, so no time for a rave. So I'm just gonna have to go back. Hey Trav, welcome. Oh, you're gonna stay up to code with me? Cool. I mean, you vibe coders love to stay up all night anyway, so. This was cool, the desert. Everything was cool, man. Everything was cool. And the stars, the amount of stars that I saw. Shit, man. I want to go back. Next time I will hike Patundas, I think. I almost got a tattoo when I was there, but I didn't. It was too impulsive. I'm thinking about it. Like, I want something in Urdu, and I found my students when I was there. I mean, on social media, they still live in New York City, but the students who inspired me to go to Pakistan, I got in touch with them while I was there, and they were like, they couldn't believe that I actually went. So I started a group chat, and we came up with like a saying in Urdu that I could get as a tattoo. But I didn't get it there. My guide was like, "Do you want to get a tattoo in Islamabad before you leave?" I just felt like it was too impulsive. If I do something like that, I do like to think about it for a while, and I didn't want to, a tattoo's permanent, so I didn't want to do something too impulsive like that. So I didn't get it, but I put it in my back pocket to think about. Okay, that was really long to update the MD file. Like, are you okay, Claude? Okay, this one is going to be. All right, how do I word this? How do I word this? For each day logged, when you click on the day, I want to be able to click the photo that was uploaded for that day and how do I say it? How do I say it? Click the photo that was uploaded for that day and have the photo enlarged. Do you say it that way? Have the photo enlarged so you can see the full picture. I definitely ask me questions for clarification if you're not sure what I'm talking about. What's your thought about the discussion we did? Remember? Oh yes, templates. I do remember the discussion. I'll message you on Discord and we'll talk and see about what we should do and what we can do and when. We'll come up with an idea. Aw, one of my new friends from Pakistan just messaged me on WhatsApp. I met this guy, Danny. He's originally from Pakistan, but he also lived in New York City for many years. So when he found out that I was from New York City, we just hit it off. We were just chatting it up like. Okay, music. What happened to my music? Reset the filters. Let's see. Genres. Let's go with techno. Oh no, not this type of techno. No, no, no. Okay, what about Deep House? Where is Deep House? Where is Deep House? Not EDM. Okay, house. No, too loud. Too loud. Damn, I want Nepo Baby's music. But I'll get copywritten like crazy if I use her music. But she's a really good DJ. Some of those kids, they were young. They were a lot younger than, they must have been like in their early 20s, but they were hilarious. Where is Deep House? Trance? Let's see, trance. No, all that music is too loud. I need better music. All right, let's just do house. Okay, Deep House. Here we go. Okay. All right, here we go. Questions. Which photos should open when tapped? Detail hero only. Yeah, that's what I want. Once the photo is open, how far do you want to go into it? Fit the whole photo, no zoom. Yeah. Perfect. Whew. It does feel good to be clean again. I will say that. I was filthy. I don't think I've ever been dirtier in my entire life. Actually, that's not true. I got caught in a sandstorm in Iceland, and that was the dirtiest I ever was in my entire life. But I left something there. I left something in Pakistan. I left my jacket, my very expensive jacket. So I guess I'm just gonna have to go back. Oh, and let me show you something. I got rubies that we found on the hike. Let me show you. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see. So when my guide and I were hiking Rakaposhi, he found rubies. Like, so in that area in Hunza and Karimabad, like if you go into the shops, you can buy jewelry, you can buy things with rubies or emeralds, and I'm not really into jewelry like that, so I didn't. I bought like a pair of handmade earrings. Hi, Azor! Thank you. I've been amazing. Other than food poisoning, I have food poisoning right now, and it's been like 8 days since I've had it. But other than that, yes, I'll show you. So other than that, I've been amazing. It was literally the best 2 weeks of my entire life. But Azor, you know, I had this idea of like, could I possibly stream or something while I'm there? Absolutely not an option. Absolutely not an option. There were some days I didn't even have electricity. So forget about connection or anything like that. But yeah, but it's okay. Yeah, so you can buy rubies in Karimabad, but I didn't buy any. But then we were hiking Rakaposhi, and my guide found actual rubies, and he gave them to me. Let me just not lose it. Let me see. I have my light here. Can you see it in the light? Let me see if I can show you. They're small because we found them on the mountain. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see anything, but I know. No, hold on, I'm trying to move my hand. Yeah, it's really hard to see, but I just have two small rubies. He found more on the way back. Yeah, and when you put it like on your phone light, because we were using the flashlight, you put it on top of the flashlight, you can see like how pure it is. But he let me have it. I mean, he could have sold it, he could have sold it, but he said that I could have the rubies. So, um, but he found more on the way back. He found like one like kind of big one, but he told me I could have it, but we never exchanged it. And you know what? Hopefully he can sell it and make some money off of it. No, sissy, a different one. I got a different one. Thank you. I know, and the fact that it was found on found like on the hike, like I didn't go to a store, like or anything. To me that makes it more special because I'm not a materialistic person. Like he took me to the shops and I could have bought like jewelry, but the thing is I don't really wear jewelry like that, and I to me something like this is more special. Like you found it. Like I don't know. That's just the type of person I am. But sissy, no. Yeah, so now just fixing some things. The last thing I have to fix, I'm really not sure if it's even fixable. So basically the offline part, it worked sometimes, it didn't work sometimes, and I realized when the altitude was really, really high, it didn't work offline. And I just don't know if that's even possible to fix. And if it is possible to fix, I don't know how I would even test it, because I probably won't be at an altitude that high for a while. Oh, thanks, sissy. I know everybody, including you, were so worried about me. There's nothing to worry about. I'm safe. And also, like, just remember, I'm a New Yorker. Like, I'm super street smart. Um, and yeah, I fell in love with the country. I did. Like, I'm I have to go back. I'm planning. Well, I didn't make a plan yet, but in my mind, it's like I'm trying to figure out like how do I get back there on the way to like see a new place maybe, but I feel a pull and a connection to the country. Aw, thanks for worrying, sissy. Alive as always. Thank God you're alive, Azor, and me too. Thank God we're all alive. I mean, I do have to fix my stomach. That's for sure, because I was telling the chat before you came in, like I looked at myself in the mirror even when I was still in Pakistan and when I got back, and I can see that I am visibly thinner than before I left, and it's because the hiking was very intense. Like I already felt myself looking thinner um before I got sick, and then after the food poisoning, like I can tell, like and I can feel that I'm thinner, and not like in a good way. So yeah, sissy, I got food poisoning. Look, I got food poisoning on this day 7. That's when it started. And then still today, I just got back yesterday. As an American, I can confirm nothing can kill us except for the tariffs. So true. So true, Azor. Um, yeah. So, sissy, I got it on day 7. It was actually crazy. I didn't feel it in my stomach yet at that point, but my body was like aching and my head was pounding. And this was the start of the hardest hike of the entire trip. It was a 2-day, 1 night hike. And I remember I'm hiking up the mountain with a stick, and I'm just like delusional. Like I felt like I was like on drugs or something. Like I just didn't like I felt like I was half alive. And it was so steep and it was so long, and I was just like, okay, one step at a time, and like eventually I'm going to make it there. And then when I did, and it was the one night that I slept in a tent. So I didn't even have a bed or anything. But actually, I loved the tent. The tent was so cozy. It was the first time I ever slept in a tent before. And I loved it. It was so cute. But I got into that tent and I just collapsed. Um, and then my guide gave me like medication, but it was just paracetamol. Like I read I was like, what am I taking? You know? Um, Yeah, Sissy, do you know how many hikes I did with food poisoning? She said, wow, I would go to war with you. No, I really feel like I'm so strong after doing that. Um, because it started here. Then on this day, that's when the stomach started going. And we had to hike 3 hours up, and then we had to go all the way back down to where we started the day before. And this is when the stomach started. And the stomachs kept going here and here and here and here and here and here. Journal, give them the guns and bombs. They are ready. um, yeah. So, but food poisoning and all, it really didn't affect. Well, I didn't let it affect my experience. Like, I just, after a few days, like, I think maybe I was like on this day or this day, it had only been 3 or 4 days, but the days were so long that it just felt like I had been sick for weeks at that point. And I just felt like, okay, this is just my normal life now. Like, this is just how I'm going to live. But I do have to definitely, get it taken care of, because like I can just tell I'm losing like nutrients in my body. Like, again, like I said, I looked in the mirror and I'm and I can feel like that I'm thinner than I was when I got there. So, but I'm going to give myself a few days of me just being back in my routine, and hopefully that settles. Maybe it's a secret power coming from the cutie hair bun that you have you been? No, I haven't been to the doctor yet because I didn't want to go in Pakistan to the doctor, but I will see one if it doesn't clear up in a few days from now. Like, yesterday was the first day I was back, and like I ate my own cooked food and I'm back in my routine. So I'm gonna give it a few more days just of being home, and then I'll see. I mean, if it doesn't clear up in a few days from being home, like the reality is like it could be a parasite. Oh yeah, I know. I need to eat bananas, and that was the one thing I told my guide, because like there are all these fruits. I was like, I need bananas, and then we never stopped. But bananas are very good in Thailand, so I'll go grab some. That's a good idea. But I know bananas really help. This shit is bananas, literally. I'm so stupid. Here's a prescription from Isaac. Yeah, definitely no painkillers. Who knows? That painkiller could have been the thing that set off my stomach, because before my stomach started going, like on this night, it was when my head was pounding and my body was aching, and I did take a painkiller that night. Because I was honestly, I was scared. And I didn't know it was a stomach thing. But then the next day my stomach started going. Um, but since this night, I didn't take one painkiller because I'm not necessarily in pain. It's just a little like, well, it's definitely inconvenient. It's definitely annoying. It's definitely uncomfortable. And, uh, all of that. But I haven't really been in pain, so I haven't felt inclined to take a painkiller, but fruits for sure. And yes, like Sissy said, bananas. Avoid eating any complex food, just boil vegetables for a few days. Yeah. Even when I was there, like after this day, I really tried to stay away from like any meat or anything like that. Like I was just sticking to rice and like bread. Oh, the all the bread in that country, and I love bread. The bread and the chai is amazing. And I shouldn't have been drinking the chai with milk, after I got sick, but I couldn't help it. Like I looked forward to the chai every single day. And I'm a big coffee drinker, but I just wanted the chai. Like the Pakistani chai, woo, it's so good. My guide was like, "Oh, you're going to have to learn like send you the recipe, but I'm not going to be able to make that." Yeah, it's running slow. Fighting and every foreign particles except anything caffeine. Fruits and veggies, through category should be your priority. Caffeine, fruits, and veggies. Well, good thing I love caffeine and I love fruits and veggies, so that's fine with me. Yeah, later I'll go to like the local fruit stand over here and like I'll definitely get some fruit. For sure bananas, like I knew I needed bananas even then, but and I had so many opportunities to stop and get them, but like I can't explain the experience that I was having. It was just like we were just like on the go, 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 go. Um and constantly I was just constantly drenched in sweat and dirt. So a lot of times I just like didn't even want to move when I was like in the car or stop and get out, and I was just so sweaty and so dirty. Um but I'll definitely get some bananas. What is it doing? Why is it looking at the What you doing, Claude? What you doing? I think you're doing a little too much. Oh, I made a test day. Yeah, basically, sissy, there was a whole lot of wobbling on the road. Um, all the roads are kind of bumpy and they're just so windy. Like, I mean, when I'm in the car, like sometimes we would stop, like go to a convenience store, get a drink or something, and like you can't even like drink the drink in the car without it like exploding. But man, it was just magical. It was magical. It's hard for me to say when I come back from the place like this is the number one country that I've been to, because I've been to a lot and also I have very high standards when it comes to travel, just because um it ta- I don't know, it probably sounds terrible, but it's just like I've seen so many things that it takes a lot to wow me. But like I said, even my guide said every time we got to a viewpoint, I would say, "Holy shit. every single time. And I have never been to a place that made me say holy shit like that, like multiple times in a day. So I have to say, Pakistan has my number one spot. It has my number one spot. All right, what'd you do? Done and pushed. Tapping the hero photo on the day taken on the screen. Oh, wrong thing. Yeah, exactly, Azor. Like it is Asia. Um and yeah, it was just incredible. Like, and it wasn't only the views. Whew, the views. So on the last day, I took the number one most scenic flight in the entire world, and I was looking forward to this a lot before the trip. I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm going to take this flight. And when we got up there and we got to the point where you go over the Himalayas, it was cloudy. So I couldn't see anything. But honestly, at that point, I was not complaining. I saw so much beauty. I had it's Mother Nature. Some days it's cloudy, some days it's sunny. It's something you can't control, and I don't like to I don't complain about things that are out of my control. Like, I don't like to fixate on that. Like, a lot of people do. Like, you can't control the weather. So why fixate on something that's not in your control? It's just a waste of negative energy. So I never do that. So it was cloudy and I couldn't see anything. And of course that's disappointed, but I had seen so much in the 2 weeks that I have no business complaining. Some people don't ever see anything like this, or even leave their neighborhood or travel or anything. You know, some people don't have the means to. So for me to then complain because I didn't get to see the view on the plane, like, it would just be like, I don't know. It was fine. I had seen so much at that point that I was just like, you know, it's fine. And one day, hopefully I'll come back and I'll get to see it. Even my guide was like, yeah, if you complained, I would call you a crazy American or something, he said. Reminds me of the trip I had back in Japan. These guys don't get in or out of home without taking permission. What do you mean? Like the people in Japan? Sissy said, ever thought of climbing Mount Everest? So Sissy, I have looked into that, and I'm just not, I'll be honest, I'm just not sure if I'm interested in that, because I know it takes like a crazy amount of days, and like, you're really in the cold and it's really hard to breathe. And it would be something that I did just to say I did it and feel like I conquered it, but I'm just not sure if it would actually be fun for me. That's just the honest truth. And at this stage, like, I don't want to just do something to say that I did it. I only want to do things that I really want to do. I have looked into it before. I watched a lot of videos on it, and the people looked like they were suffering. The people really looked like they were suffering. Like, it didn't look fun to me. Yep, Japanese believe in two things. They respect everything and everyone. I felt like I never left home. Yeah, I have also been to Japan, and yes, I agree with that. Oh man, I loved Japan too. What parts of Japan did you go to? Japan is super cool, and it's like, I can go back. It's right here. And I think I can fly direct from Phuket. All right, let's see if this worked. Ah, yes. Okay, this was after the 12-hour drive. I didn't really have photos from the day. I have so many videos, but actually not a lot of photos. Um, if you want to see the, you know, Hokkaido. You went to Hokkaido? I didn't get to go to Hokkaido, but I really want to go. Cause I did other parts of Japan and I had a limited amount of time. But Hokkaido looks magical. And you stay there for 2 months? Yeah, that will change you. That will change you. That's awesome. Yeah, so I have a lot of videos, not a lot of pictures. If you are curious to see like all the videos, I mean, because I am gonna start uploading my content, but I have a massive amount of content to go through. But if you go to my Instagram and I have a highlight titled Pakistan and I have all my stories from the whole trip, if you are curious in seeing like all the videos that I took just from my phone. Hi, Aranga? I'm definitely saying that wrong. Welcome. So I am currently in Thailand. I'm originally from New York City, but I moved to Thailand 2 years ago. My focus is on Pakistan because I just came back yesterday from visiting Pakistan for 2 weeks. And before I left, I built an app to use there and test it. So now I'm just fixing all the things that, like all the bugs that I found while I was using the app there and just things that I didn't like. Sapporo Museum and Anthropic Park, wonderful places. Yeah, I have to go. The next time I do go to Japan, like I will go to Hokkaido because that's really on my list. What time of year did you go? It looks magical like at all times of years, but I see a lot of photos like in the winter and it looks like a winter wonderland. Yeah, this was the most like well, at that point I thought it was the most epic day of my entire life. It still kind of is the most epic day of my entire life. This is Ferry Meadow Road, and it's the #2 most dangerous road in the entire world. You take a Jeep, and you're just like driving on the edge of a cliff, and when the cars have to pass each other, it's a very interesting experience. I have a lot of Insta360 footage. I wasn't scared at all. I had that camera, that 3-meter stick, that I'm gonna use to whack anybody who claps at me. I had that 3-meter stick all the way up in the air outside of the Jeep, just holding on. Then I have the GoPro, and then I had glasses that record video. I was just shooting content. Oh, welcome. Today's my first day streaming since the trip. I just got back yesterday. I had no service. But my system, so right now I'm using Claude code to write the code. It's pushing for me into GitHub, and then I'm deploying using Vercel. This is just a system I was using before I left, and I'm easing my way back into it because it has been a long time. I've been gone for 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, and I know a lot has changed since I've been gone. Today was the first day I even opened any of this stuff. So I'm easing my way back into it, but willing to change my system around because I heard about just like now Kimmy 3 is like the newest hottest thing. That's what Slime told me, and I have to look into how I can change my workflow. It was January when I got in, and Pearl Beer Museum was right up. They have a snow festival every February, so yeah, it does look like a winter wonderland in the pictures. Namaste. What is that name? Rigzin? Hi, Rigzin. Welcome. Yeah, but this was so cool. So cool. It had been on my bucket list for a long time. And I got to do it twice because after you do this ride is 2 hours. And then once you get there, you have to hike up 2 hours. And then you get to like the area with the accommodation. And and then the next day you do another hike, and then you come back down, and then the next day you hike all the way back down, and then you take the Jeep 2 hours down. But it wasn't, I was happy I got to do it twice. Now I'm asking about your project. These days I am working on a real world problem solving project with anti-gravity, so I think your idea. Oh, cool. I'd love to hear what real world problem are you solving? This was just a trekking journal. I logged every day of my trip, and like it calculated the altitude that I gained or I lost. I was able to write a journal entry, enter my watch data, and it had to work offline because in the Himalayas you really don't have service. You don't even have electric some nights. But Oranga, just so you know, like I'm an amateur vibe coder. I just started like 37 days ago. So the reason why I built it was just to test my skills as a developer and as a vibe coder. So I just built something for me to use as an actual user so I could feel something that I built. And it did give me good data on myself. Are you traveling? So I'm not traveling now. Now I'm back home in Thailand. That's where I live, but I was traveling for 2 weeks. Yeah, so this was the next day. I hiked to Pakistani Viewpoint. Yeah, I can definitely see I'm thinner than this now, so something is wrong. I flew my drone here as well. I have to enter my watch data still. Okay, then the next day, I hiked down. Hi, Tino. She had a drone and did not take shot at ferry meadows. No, so Tino, I did use the drone at ferry meadows, just not on the road because I'm not a pro drone flyer. So then I would have to have the drone follow the whole time, and the road is going like this, and I would have 100% crashed it. But I had the Insta360, which is basically a drone shot. So I have a lot of Insta360 footage. Thank you. Without development, how did you develop this? Exactly. What Azor said. So the community has been teaching me for 37 days. Really, like, and I say it all the time. I'm so thankful for the community. They are my educators. Everybody here in the chat has been my educators. So they have helped me. I mean, you know, my original plan when I went live the first day was I didn't think anybody was going to join, and I was going to do my best to teach myself, and you know, I'm sure I would have learned a lot in 37 days at a very slow pace, but not as much as I've learned because of all the amazing people here. Yeah, so Tino, I have an idea for a Fable 5. So basically, the guide that I was with, we stayed with his family for like 3 nights in their homestay, and they have their own family business, but I think that this community in my chat, the developers that show up here, you know, almost every day, have given me a lot of feedback, a lot of suggestions, and have helped me learn a lot. So sorry, back to Tino. They have a business, like a family business, and I think they don't have a website, so I think they're struggling a little bit. And these people were really, really good people. And, you know, they took care of me, and I was sick, and they treated me like family. So they know what I'm doing, and I'm learning, and I need more projects to help me how to learn. So I'm going to help them build their website. So that's what I'm going to do with Fable 5. I want their website, the landing page, to be really like award-winning, because like they went above and beyond for me. Like, they deserve it. Like, they deserve to have more business. They're just really, really good people. So that's what I'm gonna do with Fable 5 after I fix these things. Okay, so on this day, what the heck was this day? Oh yeah, this is when we hiked back down, then took the Jeep down, and then drove here to Karimabad. So by the time I got here, it was night. But it was so cute here, and we went to a local restaurant. I think that was the best meal that I had. One of the best meals that I had there. It was so good. I don't know. It was like some type of like quesadilla almost, but a Pakistani one, and it had chicken and like cilantro and spices. And then I had some like type of fruit and nut dessert with like apricots and nuts. Apricots are a big thing here. For the website. Let's start with the map for the app. For the website, make a I'll get repo for the website. Make a Git repo. Want to help too? Yeah, of course that's okay, Tino. So you're saying don't use Fable 5 for the website? I just wanted to use it for the website because that's actually for somebody else. And it's more important, these apps that I'm building for myself, like, it's just to learn. But if I am building something for somebody else, I want it to really be amazing. I'm an IT. I'm an IT company owner. If you are planning to develop any new projects, let's work with. Thanks, Aringa. But I just want to develop things myself because I'm learning. Yep, that would be good. We can fork that repo, make it better, and the best version of the site will do more. Oh, okay. So you mean for the mountain company's website, like make the repo and then you guys can have access to it. For the web, just want to help. Yeah, sure, for sure. Okay, so I'll do that. I haven't started that project yet. I want to fix everything here first, and then I'll make the repo. Yeah, so just make the repo public. You're saying, oh God, you guys, Sissy and Azor. I know. Yeah. So for the website, I'll make the repository public, then, and then okay. All right, cool. You guys are the best. This was Eagle's Nest, a sunset spot. And my guide said, oh, the weather's not good. The view to me was amazing. I guess because there were some clouds and you couldn't see all of the snow-capped mountains, but I was not complaining. This was very beautiful to me. Yep, this was the day that I started getting sick. These were the stars that I saw from my tent. Yeah, right, Tino? Crazy. Okay, this day it's titled Gulkin because we traveled to Gulkin, but this is Rakaposhi. How about this? A community contest. Winners get their repo merged. Sounds fine to me. That could be interesting. Except, I don't have any prizes to give out or anything like that. Yeah, this is... Hello. Hi, Abuzar. It was the best trip of my entire life. The best trip of my entire life. Add a star map. Add a star map time to the app. And then picks to tell location and time taken. The merge is surprise only. Yeah, so what is it? what is that, Azor? What's this? And also, Tina, what's a star map? This is Rakaposhi. Crazy, crazy. Again, I got there. I said, holy shit. I was holding on to this stick for dear life on this rock, though. It doesn't look like anything, but I don't know. I did not feel stable standing there. I was just like, take the photo and come back and get me off of this rock. Oh, this. Look at this. Ah! I died when I saw this view. I died. This hike, it's called Biscochi. And the view at the top, you get an aerial view of Atabad Lake. Oh my God. Incredible. Incredible. Oh, sorry, Ringa. How you manage security in your project when streaming? Like, you can't hide token details links if you leak the details. So, honestly, Arenge, I'm using a monitor and I have my laptop screen, and anytime I need to see a token or anything like that, I just have that on my other screen. And a lot of times I if I'm setting something up and I know I need to use tokens or whatever, I try to do all of that setup off stream as best as I can. There have been some things when, I was dealing with the back end and the database where there were secret keys, but I just keep them on my other screen. Hi, Private, welcome. This one is the best. This is one of the best. Yeah, Abu Zar, it is. It is. And it was such a fun hike, too. Like, it was such a good hike. A merge is like, I made your project better. Do you like it? And if the OG repo owner accepts a merge, it updates the OG repo with the new one. Essentially, like, this dev's work is the best by far. Okay, I get it. That's kind of what I thought it was. What about Azor? Like, let's say, I'm building and then, all of you guys are also working on it as well separately. What if there are like things from my repo that I like and things from your repo that I like? Is there a way to combine certain features? Or like, if there's something in mind that I like better and then another feature from yours and another feature from somebody else, is that possible, or is that like too complicated? This day, I did not drive this motorbike, by the way. This is my... Oh, okay. Git branching. This was that's why merge requests exist. You can take any part of the project and you can make its own branch. Okay, perfect. Perfect, okay. This sounds really interesting because then this is also something new for me to learn. So I'm down. I am down. This was my guide's motorcycle, and this is his home village. We went on a motorbike ride. It was kind of like a rainy day, like a chill day. Just went to like go get coffee and came back, and he was like, what do you want to do? And I'm so like, this whole trip, like, what do you want to do? I'm like, I don't know, anything. Like, literally anything. But this day I knew. Thank you, Sissy. this day I knew, like, now we're at your home, you have motorbikes, I want to get on a motorbike. So we just went on a ride on the highway, and then he took me around the village to different viewpoints. The motorbikes there, I think they're motorcycles, they're so cool. They're like so badass. This can categorize the contest. The best HTML writer, best TypeScript artist, best AI developer. Oh, nice. Yeah, I like that. Okay, cool. Now we have a little event. All right, let me go through this. Yeah, Sri Lanka has been on my list for a while, since I moved here. I just haven't gotten there yet, but I definitely will be visiting Sri Lanka. Oh, this. Look at this. This was crazy. This view was crazy. But that rock is very difficult to stand on. It's actually pretty scary. And recently, a Japanese tourist died on this hike. But this view right here, it was probably one of the first things I saw when I started looking up traveling to Pakistan. Yeah, so now they have it so, now they have it so you have to go up with a local guide on this hike, since the Japanese tourist died, because he died because he went off the trail. Which was the biggest reason why I wanted to hire a guide in Pakistan. It wasn't for any other reasons. People think I wanted to hire a guide because I thought Pakistan was dangerous or something like that, like because of the people or the environment or whatever. The reason why I wanted to hire a guide was because of Mother Nature. You know, I didn't want to be on one of these mountains and something happened to me and there's nobody around. So yeah, so we had to get a local guide. Even though my guide was a local, they still made us go with somebody else. But I guess it's good that they're taking precautions. Oh my God, Skardu Airport is incredible. I was like, how is this an airport? Even on the runway, Abu Zar, even when you're on the runway, it's like, the views are just everywhere you look. This app acts like a space detective. It automatically matches your stars against a massive database of universe maps. Within seconds, it draws lines. Oh, Tino, so you're talking about like, well, are you talking about like the actual stars? Because I know at one point we did see the Milky Way. Which was so cool. I think, honestly, Abuzar, I felt 100% safe the entire time. I felt 100% safe the entire time I was there. There's not one point I felt in danger. The scariest thing to me, again, was driving on the highway. Because sometimes there are just pedestrians, you know, and kids like walking on the side casually without a care that cars are speeding. And then it's like, you know, you move lanes to pass another car and you're driving head on. That's the only thing I was scared of. The only thing. All the people were lovely to me, welcoming, like people welcomed me into their homes. Like the people are just like, I went to somebody's birthday party. I didn't even know them. I only for some of them like edited the lighting. Like if the lighting was bad. Like, but just on the iPhone, like adjust settings or something. Like no crazy app. Like some people edit like the photos like of their face and stuff like that. I never ever do that because I actually hate that. So this was the cold desert, and we did a Jeep ride there. This was the last like big activity, and I was like, this is the last adventure. Yeah. And then the last day, Islamabad, saw the mosque. I was there for like 5 minutes. I was sweating my ass off. I'm like, okay, saw it, let's go. And then like just chilled and stuff. I like when I go to a country to do like real, I don't like to do touristy things. I like to just have like a normal day in the life. Like, what is life like here? You know, so we just like went, ate, you know, went to like a stationery store, because my guide wanted a journal. He wanted to go to the barber, and I was just like, okay, let's go. I want to see like normal things. Like went to the phone store to get our phones cleaned because it was so dusty. You know, when we were in the mountains and we had a chill day, like we went and my guide got his ear pierced. You know, because I kind of just like to see like people do normal things. How was the hospitality was like the best. The hospitality, it was very similar to Thailand, where hospitality is amazing. But I mean, you know, you walk through a village and people will just be like, come have chai. Like they'll invite you into their home to have tea, and they don't even know you from a hole in the wall. Like I went to somebody's birthday party. I don't know her. I don't know her at all. But we went and we sat and like had cake and had tea, and it was her birthday, and she's also a vibe coder. And like also learning. So that was like cool. Your pics are too good, make me feel like I'm looking at magazine covers. Oh, really? Thank you. I mean, a lot of them I took. The ones of me, obviously, my guide took, except for there's one I used my tripod. But I had so much equipment with me at all times, like so many cameras, so many sticks, so many that like I just couldn't bring my tripod also at all times. I mean, some of these hikes you just gotta pack light. By the way, your other videos while you were away, girl, you're editing. Really, Sissy? Thank you so much. Those are very low effort videos, Sissy. I'll be honest with you. They were very low effort. The content I have from this trip is just gonna be sickening. Okay. What am I doing? I'm talking way too much. Okay, what else did I want to do? Okay, oh, sorry. Tino, I missed something that you said. To reveal the Southern Cross, nearby planets, and you caught, like giving you information. Okay, so wait, Tino, that's really, really interesting. Now I'm totally getting sidetracked. But I love that idea. Tino, would it be possible for you to maybe tell me how to prompt Claude to do that? And also, is that something that's going to be really heavy and mess with my stream? Because I am curious. It is very, very... Oh, thanks, Sissy. Especially... I'll be honest, Sissy, especially those videos, that's when I was really filming like low effort when I was traveling, because to be honest, I hate shooting content when I'm traveling because I just want to have my own experience and see it with my own eyes. So like even on this trip, like I made it a point, anytime we got to a viewpoint, cameras away, let me just live in the moment for a little bit, soak in the views myself. I would sit down, I would eat a snack, I would chill and look at the view, and then once I soaked it all in, then I took out the cameras, because I am not going to get to a viewpoint and then all of a sudden take out the camera. I'm just not going to do that. Like I need to see it first. So but on this trip I tried a lot harder to take better videos than I usually do. So yeah, Tino, if you're still there, for the star map, I am really interested in it, and I'm thinking, because I have way more pictures of stars than this one. Like, so even if it was like a separate section and I could just upload all the pictures that I have of the stars and it could create that for me, I think that would be super cool. Speaking of videos, the VLC media player has now turned to a free and open source TV cable of its own amidst the cable TV crisis. Oh, really, Azor? Hi, Vis, right? What's up? How are you? Welcome. What are you talking about? What are you teaching? So I'm just talking about I just got back from Pakistan and I built this app to use while I was there, and I tested it while I was there. So just talking about the trip and just talking about things that I wanted to fix on the app, and I'm making those fixes. So I have my list here. So, okay, I fixed that. I fixed that. Now, I'm going to try to fix something else, but it will be hard for me to know if it's actually fixed if I'm not at that altitude. It feels good to be back, though, streaming. I was nervous. I was nervous coming on. I was like, wait, do I remember how to stream? Do I remember how to set everything up? I was like, what apps do I need open? Act as an expert astronomy guide. Your task is to analyze a user's night sky photograph and identify constantly. Thank you, Tino. I'm gonna screenshot that and use it as a prompt. Thank you, Tino. Oh my God, you're the best. Okay, we're gonna do that next. That's just gonna be for fun. It's a great idea. Oh, still going. Okay, yeah, this is gonna have to be, I'm gonna have to screenshot the whole prompt because I'm not gonna type that. But that's okay. I've done that before with RPI. Thanks, Tino. I also wonder, like, if I can add a separate section just for stars, because I have this one picture from this day. I chose the picture of the stars because, like, the whole day was hiking, and I have to say, while I was actually hiking, I didn't have any cameras out because these hikes are so steep. You're so out of breath. It was impossible to vlog or do anything during the actual hikes. So, and then that was the day I started getting sick. So the only pictures I really took was the stars. But I have from other nights and other destinations, I have other pictures of stars. So I'm wondering, I'm going to put the prompt in, and then I'm going to see what we can. I'm going to ask Claude to maybe give me options of where I could put this, like, because it's just the one photo, but I have so many photos of the stars actually. How do you never have a bad hair day? Your hair always slays. And I will never stop mentioning your cutie top hair bun. Thank you, sissy. My hair does not always slay. Like, I do have bad hair days. I'll tell you, I had some bad hair days on this trip. You know, I think in the 2 weeks, I mean, not to be gross, I was only able to wash my hair twice. Um, so yeah. But I just slicked it back into a clip because Pakistan is a hair up out your face destination. Like you need your hair out of your face. Okay. All right, let's go with Tino's. All right, new session. Ooh, I'm so excited for this now. Thanks, Tino, for the great idea. It's very rare that I get to see stars like that, so it was really exciting for me and special for me to see that. Sorry, just responding to a message on WhatsApp. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So Tino, let me go back to your prompts. That was one. Uh-oh, I lost my place. One. Oh, okay. Sometimes it's so hard for me to read this chat, especially when I'm doing something like this. And then you said done. I felt like it was more. So this was the first one, second one, third one. Oh, okay. Great, Tino. That's great. Okay. I have a prompt from one of my viewers in the chat. I've attached the screenshots of the prompt he gave me here. Before building anything, ask me some questions about how we would incorporate this, because right now I only have one photo of the stars for one day, but I have many photos of the stars from different days and different locations of the trip that I would like to incorporate somehow without changing the daily photo. It says it's being undocumented. Speed overhead or wait, Azor, what are you talking about? Oh, thanks, Sissy. Because the color hex matches the site's theme. It says 9. It's being undocumented. Where should the star photos live, given the daily photo stays untouched? A night sky slot per day. Many extra photos per day. The AI thinks the color is undocumented, aka not there at all. Well, we can see it being used on highlights. A real gallery attached, more flexible, but needs a new table. No, not this one. Standalone night sky gallery, a separate screen of star photos independent of the day list, each tagged with its own place and time. Doesn't touch the days at all, but the photos stop being tied. I don't know. I like the first option and I like the third option. I don't have a photo of the sky every day. You like number 3? Okay. Because I don't have a photo of the stars every single day. I think I have one from the Fairy Meadows. I have from the Fairy Meadows. I have from Rakaposhi. And I have from Gulken. And that's it. So, all right, let's go with number 3. How smart does the star identification actually need to be? When will you be done vibe coding this project? Probably soon, Sissy, because there were still some things that I didn't finish before the trip, like the confirmation email and things like that. And like now the trip is done, but I do want the project to be finished because I'll probably use it again at some point on another trip, and for anybody who's interested in using it, whoever said that this would be a hiker's last concern on a trip, they were 100% right. Because honestly, when you're doing a trip like this, the last thing at the end of the night that you probably feel inclined to do is this, but I still did it to test it. So I truly do not think many hikers would use this. It's my honest opinion. I don't think many hikers would do that. I think many hikers at the end of the day just want to collapse. But that being said, it's still available for anybody who would, so I want to still tie up the loose ends. No, hi, how do you say that? Enigmatron? Oh my god. Matronics. Enigmatronics. No, I did not. I didn't spend that much time in Islamabad. I just spent most of the time in the north. Oh, everybody coming in now. Hi, Mr. Sahal. Thank you. Welcome. And Trav, what type of website does the family want? So it's going to be like a company website. Their company name is Hunza Mountain Tours, and they do mountain tours. They also have a homestay that you can stay at. They also have a backpackers hostel, and they also have a volunteering program. So there are just many layers to their business. A business recognition site. to say in technical. Yes, thank you, Azor. Hi, Ahad. I've been so well. How are you? I just had the time of my life in Pakistan, so I'm in amazing spirits. Hi, Zaid. Thank you. The trip was the best 2 weeks of my entire life. It was incredible. It was incredible. I can't even. It was the. I don't think I've had a better 2 weeks in my entire life. I truly don't. So Trav, yes, bookings, but I discussed this with them. In Pakistan and actually in a lot of these countries, bookings go through WhatsApp. So they don't really want a back end like that where you're going to book through the website. It's a little too complicated for them to navigate. So if we could just do, I mean, it's easy. I could do the WhatsApp button and it opens up WhatsApp and you give their WhatsApp and also you give their WhatsApp number, because that's what's most common for bookings there is booking through WhatsApp. So I think they should stay with the one platform. Since the whole country uses it to book everything, I think WhatsApp is the best. So it just needs to lead them to their WhatsApp. So that's simple enough. Very easy. Thanks, Azor, for welcome everybody in. Yeah, so a landing page first. That's the first thing that I want to do is a landing page first. But guys, also don't go crazy yet, you know, because I want to also start it and I want it to be inspired from what I actually saw, because, you know, I actually stayed in their home and I saw the area. So I do want it to be personal. And then I want to make sure that I also build some of it myself, because I know you guys are so advanced and so good, and then you're going to start building something and I'm going to see it, I'm going to go, wow, and I'm going to love it more than anything that I build. Okay, how smart does the star identification actually need to be? Computed sky map. No AI recommended. Computed sky map. AI reads the actual photo, matches the viewer's prompt, sends the image somewhere to get. Needs a backend to hold API key, needs network. Can be confidently wrong, real ongoing cause. Huh. Tino, this one is what you were actually talking about, right? This is gonna be really complicated. Hi, Mike. Welcome. I do. I'm actually a virtual math teacher. This is not my job yet. I don't know if it ever will be, but right now I am just learning to vibe code. So I'm building things to help me learn. This one matches Tino's prompt. Send the image somewhere, get back named stars, and timestamp compute and show what was up. Southern Cross plus works offline, costs nothing, and never hallucinates. Doesn't look at the pixels, so it can't circle the star. Tino, you still there? I need your opinion. Like, this one actually sounds really good, but it says needs a backend to hold the API key, needs network, and can be confidently wrong. Real work, real ongoing cost. What is it? What does that mean? What is it gonna put me through? What's this gonna put me through? Is it gonna give me stress? But is this one like bootleg? The first one? What do you think? 1 or 2? I recently looked at how much it costs for an album to look at an image costly. I do have a back end. I do have a back end already. I'm not worried about the cost. Like, I'm worried about like dealing with the back end. Is it going to be complicated? Tino said non-AI process is called blind astronomic collaboration or plate solving. Your photo detect stars from triangle messaging. So Tino, that's the first one. Is that what you were talking about when you first mentioned this, or were you talking about using something like option 2? Well, Sissy, I'm going to tell you right now, I feel like my back end is gone from this trip. I'm not even lying. I have lost like a lot of muscle mass. So I'm taking a few days off from the gym to rest my body. But when I get back, I have some work to do, because I'm telling you, this food poisoning actually like took a lot out of me. So Tino, do you think I should go with option 1 or option 2? Maybe trap. Zor. Go with 1, okay. Oh! Sissy! Jeez! You can find out what you're looking for in the sky. Okay. Okay, perfect, Mike. For star photos you already have, where do the location and time come from? Read the photo's own. Most phone photos carry GPS in the back end. It's a threat, though. It's a threat. 1, your photo, okay. Well, I can't make any promises to anybody. I mean, I want to, but it has to be a slow process for me. It was never in my plan, and but plans have changed drastically. But it does have to be slow. I don't know, Sissy. You learned from the first time you joined my gym stream. I don't know if you were already doing this, but I get the impression that like you weren't at first, and then like you learned so much in a short amount of time. Like, I'm so impressed with you. What did you shoot the star photos on? Long exposure. No, I did it on my iPhone. Oh, wow. I'm getting text messages now from when I was away. They're just coming in now. It should, like, so on the iPhone, like when I go to a picture and I swipe up, like I can see the location and it shows up on the map and everything. So guys, after the 19th, what's happening to Fable 5? Should the night sky gallery sync to the cloud like your... Ships today. The original still exists in your phone's photo library. A day of photo. New Super Bee. No, the system is supposed to sync to any of the star systems around the Earth. Across your phone and desktop and survive the loss of it. Tino, sorry, what are you saying no to? Not number 1. So it should be number 2, right? Ugh, that means I gotta open up Superbase today. Ugh. But I'll do it because local only. But then it's like I go from the desktop to my phone. Local for now, that's much easier. Okay, so we could do it for now, like just to see, and then later on I can sync to the cloud, I guess. Keep it easy for now. All right, I guess I can always bump it up later. Let's just get it done. Pay per you. Okay, that's what's happening with it. They kept extending the deadline. I mean, I am excited that I'll be able to use it still. Even though I'm not using it right now, like maybe I should be, but like I said, I wanted to save that usage for the company website. And before the end of the stream, like I'll create that GitHub repo. And then we can start that tomorrow. My only issue is because this website is going to be for somebody else, I do want all those elements that I've been avoiding, like those premium looking elements that I've been avoiding to save my stream health. Like I do want like a moving video in the background and things like that. So I'm trying to figure out how I can go about it without crashing the stream. Like I gotta talk to Claude, maybe for the sake of the stream. I know it's given me options before to have like a toggle button, like the stream safe version and the non-safe version, just so I can look at it. And then when I actually hand over the website to the family business, like I could give them the most premium looking one. Like because it's for somebody else, it has to have that wow factor. That's just Linux rising territory right there. Really, Azor? Yeah, like, you know, like kind of like dulled out in the background, but like a video, a drone shot. I mean, because the place is beautiful, and because I don't think they get like enough business and they're trying to put it out there. I want the landing page, you know, when somebody goes to their landing page, I want them to be like, I have to go here and I have to book with these people. Like I need that. I need the landing page to have that effect because that's what they need. Like that's what they're lacking. I because of my device, Trav, I'm on a MacBook Air M4. I mean, maybe I'm just like, I'm really scared. When I first started streaming, like the first day, it kept crashing and it kept glitching because I had added these animations to the app that I was building that had like floating orbs in the background, and that the animations were too heavy that everything crashed. And since then, you know, I've been treading with caution. All we need is an extended spacing to insert an MPV player inside of the HDMI. That's it. So Azor, you're saying like it's not that big of a deal, that type of animation? Jillian is on a Mac and it let's just say is below dev specs. Yeah. Yeah, I guess Trav, that's what's happening, or what happened. And like ever since then, you know, I've been super careful. I don't want that to happen. And I do want to get, and I do plan to, eventually I will get a better device, a stronger device, but I have to be smart financially and when the time is right. Right now it's the summer. I'm a teacher that's an independent contractor, so I don't get summer pay. And I'm waiting to hear, you know, even if there will be a position available for me in September. And if there is, and I know I have money coming in, I'll go and I'll splurge and I'll get a new device. But it's just irresponsible for me to do it right this second. So I'm just waiting for the right moment. As soon as I know that I have money coming in, like I'll go and invest for sure. I'm registering a $60 per hour remote job because I don't want to review the AI generated code and train all the AI models. I won't have any hands in taking other jobs. Oh wow, sissy. He said at this point you should rename yourself to if you even sit for exam and have some basic full stack knowledge, you can find jobs like those easily. Rename. Star map. All right. Let's see. Oh no. Doing good on the usage. Finding jobs easy, sure, but passing it out and not taking a job. That's or farming right there. I know it because I've been a full scale. So. then I gotta do the GitHub repo. I have to fix this offline part. I just don't know. I don't know how I'll know if it works or if it's even possible. Like, is it possible for something to work offline at like that high of an altitude? Because when the altitude was too high, it didn't work offline. But when I was lower, it did work offline. So I knew it was because I was so high up. But hey, remember when I first started seeing you streaming, I said I will push for jobs. And then this offer from someone headhunting me through my projects. Crazy how... Oh, Sissy, I love that. Yes, I love that, Sissy. And like, I know, you know, why you want a remote job. And then you, I mean, I don't know if you still want to like come to Thailand long term, but you can get that, the visa as long as you have a remote job. So like, I'm really happy. And Sissy, that's just one opportunity. Like, you are manifesting opportunities, so more will come. Like, you just have to keep doing what you're doing. And, you know, I like that you want to take an opportunity that feels right to you. You know, I've had to learn that, like, you know, not to say yes to everything, and to say things that are worth it to you, that are meaningful to you. Remember Blue Byte, if you turn everything local storage and make the site accessible. Yeah, it's possible. Okay. What would the cause of an altitude? You know, Trav, I have no idea, because like when I was offline here at 0, it was working. Then I tried it on the plane, and it was not working. I was like, oh, well, maybe, you know, like you're moving really, really fast. And like, things are very strange on a plane. Like, I don't never even eat anything on a plane, because I'm scared that like my body is like, your body's very confused when you're moving that fast at a high altitude. So I never eat anything on a plane ever. So I was thinking maybe it's something like that. Then I got to Islamabad, and Islamabad is not at 0. Islamabad is at 570 meters. You're already at an altitude, but it's not so high yet. And I tried it offline there, and it worked. But then where was I? When I got to here at 3,280 meters, when I got there, it wasn't working offline, I don't think, again. But anytime when I was somewhat lower, it would work sometimes. So, I don't know. The offline part was sketchy. Also, I fixed some bugs in Blue Byte. The new version is out. Yes, Azor, I saw that in the Discord, and I wrote back to you, and my message didn't even send until like 5 days later. But I have to look at everything that you fixed. I'm interested in it. Some of it looked really cool. I saw like some type of like transparent background or something like that. Thank you for being disciplined yourself and emitting the energy. Aw, Sissy, I love that. You're welcome. I'm just being me. Just a girl who wants to do everything. It's a blessing and a curse. Yeah, I know. Trav, I was confused and frustrated as to why it didn't work. So So I'm not sure. So that's something, well, I'll have a conversation with Claude about it if it could look into it. Um, and I don't know if the altitude was the cause. I was just making a connection because it seemed like the higher up I was, then it wouldn't work, and then I would be lower, and then it would work offline. So it's just me making a connection, but it could be something completely different. Higher altitude, lower the internet package because not every device can have satellite connection. Yeah. I mean, and even though, Azor, even though I had an eSIM, it doesn't even matter. The eSIM only really worked in the city. Once I was in the north, forget it. If I had internet, it was because I was using my guide's hotspot. That's it. And even like when I was in the Fairy Meadows and it was like the accommodation was kind of like a campsite, but like you had like a little, it wasn't a tent that I was sleeping in. The chef was like, oh, have my Wi-Fi, you're my special guest, and yada, yada, yada. He gave me the Wi-Fi. That shit didn't work. It said it was on full bars. That did not work. It did not work. That Wi-Fi did not work. The hotspot that my guide had worked better. In order for it to work, it needs at least 14 megabytes of internet package, which won't be possible that high above internet towers. Yeah, okay, there you go. That makes sense. Hot take: 3G had better coverage than 5G. That's what I mentioned. Yes, online it worked at a high altitude. So when I was on the hotspot, like I would literally sit sometimes with him just to get his hotspot, just to do my journal entry. I'm like, or just to at least get the GPS coordinates and stuff. I was like, hold on, let me just sit here and make sure I have the data for the day. So so online it did work. Just offline it didn't. But who knows? The problem could be completely different. It was just weird. It seemed like when I was high up, that's when I would have the issues. So I don't know. We'll see if Claude can figure it out. Oh shoot, sissy. Well, sissy, I have to say, I really have to say, and listen, anything's possible. I don't think that that I was getting hacked up out there. They don't really, I don't think they really know too much about that stuff. Like they don't really understand when I was trying to explain like what I was doing with AI. They didn't really get it. I don't think the people I was around anyway, I don't think that they would know how to hack me. I mean, I don't want to be naive. Anything can happen, but I just don't think so. I was really trying to connect to the hotspot just to message people from home, because people were worrying about me. So just like wanted to connect and be like, I'm alive another day. Like, don't worry about me. The gyroscope could be a wonderful module to add to the site, but hills have radiations that wiggle the coordinates out. Oh, well, It kind of makes sense a little bit to me that like hills and mountainous regions would do that because the landscape is just very, I mean, not that the landscape should really have anything, it should affect it that much, but it's definitely like odd places. Change your passwords after every travel trip. Basic practice. It's a good idea, sissy. I travel a lot though. It's a lot of password changing. All right, what we got and how much usage do I have left? How does it do? I mean, it was able, when it did work offline, it was able to capture the GPS coordinates. And I was able to just like enter my data and everything, a photo, and everything would save and sync properly. Okay, where did it even... Oh, right here, night sky. What was overhead? Add a stars photo, and each one works. Okay, so hold on. I have to add the photos from my phone because they're on my phone, but we said it was local, so that means if I use my phone to add the photo, is it going to show up here? Sissy, I hope so too. Then we're gonna be chilling every day. And if you can't get a pool, you can come to my pool. All right, hold on. Let me see. I have my phone here. Just give me a second. I'm gonna try to add the photo on my phone. I don't think it... Sorry guys, I'm gonna go open the camera. I have to give it a minute to update on the mobile. Sometimes you have... Alright, sky. Add photos. Photo library. Oh god, I have so many photos from this trip. Holy cow. Let me just add that one. That first one. Oh, I can add more than one. Where were the other ones? Hey, where are they? I'll just add 3 for now. Oh, wait, cool, it works. All right, hold on, let me go back to YouTube. Come on. Why won't it open? Open. Okay, here we go. Sorry. What'd you guys say? On online, the site keeps retrieving, throwing packets out in the internet to save. It's being edited and keep them back. Which is up to data we have. What's the difference between them? Once back online, the update and the site will automatically. I have no idea, Trav. It might not have been the altitude. Oh, wow, sissy. That's how it is. Okay, so because it's only, I added the photos from my phone, but they're not going to show up here now, right? Because it doesn't sync. What if I airdrop those photos and then add them here? It's not the copy that gets affected, but the way it gets transferred. Okay, let me try it. But if I airdrop, okay, I hope it saves the data. All right, hold on. I can't believe you, sissy. Sorry, guys. Oh my god, I took so many photos and videos. Where did I see those stars? Okay. One. Oh my god, I took so much. Alright, where was the day in the tent? 2. And then there was Skulkin. 3. Share. Next. Airdrop. Okay, perfect. Receive 3 photos. Thought it was back online though. You're talking about what I'm dealing with now? Okay. No, it's just because, oh, what am I doing? We chose the local storage rather than the cloud sync. So even though I added it on my phone, or I don't know if you guys are just talking to each other. Okay, let's see. Wait, but this is not what it says on my phone. And the picture's not showing. Why? What? Where did the night sky go? Okay, something's happening because I airdropped the photos, but on my phone, let me see, where's the app? On the phone it says, oh, it even says, you're too far north for it, even the highest stars stay under the horizon. Huh? What? All right, so, okay, I'm gonna have Claude fix it. Let me just add the third one. The Southern Cross never rises here. You're too far north for it. Even its highest star stays under the horizon on every night. Thanks, sissy. Even though you're out here playing and threatening our friendship. Okay, but it does show something. Okay, but the photos aren't loading. Okay, so let me see. When uploading the photos of the stars from the desktop, the photos aren't showing, but when I did it on the mobile, they do show. We want to actually get the whole star maps around the whole Earth to help the algorithm that cover the whole Earth. Things, and then use AI. You know, you're asking actually, did it run? Actually did. Okay, so we want to actually get the whole star maps around the whole Earth. Okay, so after this fixes, then I'll send that prompt in. I'm gonna run to the toilet. It's been like almost 3 hours. I haven't even gotten up. So BRB. Okay, I'm back. I love this idea though, Tino. Thank you. Like this whole night sky idea. Aw, sissy. Yeah, teaching is just like, I think it's actually just in my nature at this point, but I'm so tired of teaching. I really am. Unless I got paid more. That's the thing too. It's just, we really get paid like crap. And you just give so much. Let's see if we can fix it. Oh. On the desktop right after you add the photos. What do you actually see on the night sky? Cards appear. It's this. Which browser? Chrome. Oof, I'm getting tired. I was so tired last night. I slept hard, man. I slept so hard last night. So, majority of my career, I've taught high school math. This past year, it was middle school, 8th grade, but one of the classes was taking a high school math class. So normally I teach high school math. I think almost every single year of my career, I've taught Algebra 1, which is ninth grade math. When I was working in New York City, you don't just teach one subject. You can teach anywhere from like 2 to 3. So every year I would teach Algebra 1, and then I would also teach either calculus or geometry. But Algebra 1 was every single year. That's ninth grade math. And I think the school I was at, they always put me as the Algebra 1 ninth grade teacher, because in ninth grade, it's kind of like your last chance at math. You need to understand Algebra 1 in order to succeed in all the other higher math classes in your high school career. So, in my opinion, I was a very good teacher, so they always gave me that responsibility because they trusted me with it for being the foundation for students entering high school. Because the reality is, if you don't get through Algebra 1, then you won't understand geometry, you won't understand trigonometry, you won't understand calculus or any of these things if you don't get that. But the problem is that by the time students come into the ninth grade, it's too late to fix and undo any of the issues that they already had in math from elementary school, from middle school. I mean, the problems start in elementary school. That's where they start. By the time they get to high school, it's too late to undo everything that they've learned and this idea that they have about math. Algebra 1 is fun. Thank you. It's so much fun. Like, that's why I loved teaching Algebra 1, because there's so much that you can do with it to make it fun. And teaching calc was my dream when I became a math teacher. Teaching calc was my dream, and it was because I remember when I was in high school and I was in calculus, I had this teacher, Mr. Weiss. He was the coolest teacher ever. You would never think that he would be looking at him, but he was so cool. And I remember on October 3rd, he showed us the Mean Girls clip, The Limit Does Not Exist. And when I was in high school, Mean Girls was the movie. Mean Girls was the movie. So I was hyped. And I was in a class full of nerds, and I was also a nerd, but a nerd that was into like pop culture. And I'm not sure the other people in the class like really got how cool it was that he was letting us watch Mean Girls, and he bought us bagels. And I remember thinking, when I become a math teacher, I want to teach calculus, and on October 3rd, we're going to watch the clip from Mean Girls, and we're going to explore that limit. And I did that, but unfortunately, the students I had did not appreciate it the way I did. In program, there's always a last chance, even if you fail on 5 last chances. So learning and teaching meets shoulders here. Well, that's great, Azor, because in math, there's really not, once, if you can't get past one part, I mean, you have another chance to take the same course again, but it's hard to move forward in math after Algebra 1 if you don't get it. And unfortunately, many students in New York City don't. And Algebra 1 is, realistically, that's easy math. That's easy math. It's sad. I wish they told us what we were practicing on this platform in high school. All the practices basically for calc. Yeah, and Trav, I have an opinion on that. Because, as a math teacher, the most common question I get is, when are we going to use this in real life? Ugh, I hate that question. In my opinion, what you're practicing and learning math for, most importantly for the real world, is the problem-solving skills. Math is about problem solving, and there's a misconception that math is about getting the answer, and that there's only one answer. And that's why there is a negative stigma around math in the United States, and you know, people say things like I'm not a math person, and and all of that. But it's really not about the answer. It's about the journey to get the answer. And which journey did you take? Which route did you take? Because there's more than one to get to that final destination in math. And people don't realize that. They think there's only one answer and there's one way. So the most important thing in learning math is learning problem solving skills, because in real life, you need to have problem solving skills, and they don't have to be math related, but it's the skills that you learn in math class that help you solve those real world problems, because it works out that part of your brain. In my opinion, that's the most important thing about math in school. It feels so ironic, doesn't it? Considering Ruby, the language we were talking about earlier, was built by algebra lovers. No way! They don't know how to simplify, and they are learning. They're trying to learn algebra. Try completing the square for integration. Tell me, oh my God. Trav, I love completing the square. When I get to that, when I get to quadratics and I start teaching all the methods, you know, graphing, quadratic formula, factoring, completing the square is like the most beautiful method, but I dread teaching it every single year, because it's just so, like, the kids can't solve a two-step linear equation. So as a teacher, trying to teach completing the square, it's an absolute nightmare. But it just sucks because it's so beautiful. Like, I love that method. And I remember I would always teach it with, the first day, you know, it would be like a discovery lesson. And we would use algebra tiles. And understand that rule, b over 2 squared. Like, make that connection, because you need that, the b over 2 squared, as part of the solving process. So I have them discover that first, so that when we get into the actual method, they already understand b over 2 squared. And it's so cool, but like, the kids just don't appreciate it. Step's the word most students hate. Yeah. That's why I like to teach with discovery. Hold on one second. Guys. Wait, hold on. Let me see what Claude did. Suggested task. Fix. So, oh, now it's giving me a suggested task. Well, something I like to also normalize is the feeling of being confused. Like, kids don't get that. They think once they're confused, it means they don't know and they'll never know. But no, that's just part of problem solving. Okay, you're confused. So test something, try something, see what works, see what doesn't. The bug was mine. What you need to do with your existing photos on your Mac. Select them all, then file, export photos. Okay, so they want me to change the file type. The fact that you're just share that says art one touch right now. Oh, you guys are talking math. So they want me to change. This was a judgment call you can overrule. With location included. Okay, so if I export it, will the location stay? Okay, let me try. Let me just try one. Export. Okay. It works. Okay, that was one. So I'm gonna read the math in a minute. The stars. Oh, I've never seen so many stars in my life. It was so beautiful. He said that we saw the Milky Way, but maybe that was the other direction and I didn't shoot it. But cool! I have to go back to what Tino said. Some people think that learning means being told what to think. Yeah. 3x squared plus 12x plus 24 becomes 3 times the sum of x squared plus 4x plus 24. If I'm not out of my mind, which I can be, I can at least try again. Wait, so you factored out 3. You could factor it even further and factor the 3 out of 24 as well. Right? And it would become 3 times x squared plus 4x plus 8. Yeah. Because 3 is the greatest common factor of those 3 terms. Okay, let me go back to Tino's. What did Tino say? We want to actually get the whole star map around the whole Earth to help the algorithm. All right, so I'm not exactly sure what Tino wants me to do, but I'm just gonna put what he said, and why not? Actually, the whole, I think I know what he's talking about. Star maps around the whole Earth. Hi, Sarah. Thanks for saying hi. Pakistan was amazing. Amazing. Literally the best 2 weeks of my entire life. Like, I'm thinking back on my whole life. I don't think that I've had a better 2 weeks in my entire life. I didn't want to leave. But it was time to leave. My clothes were very, very dirty. But it was like the best 2 weeks of my entire life. I don't know. Pakistan makes me emotional. It makes me want to cry. Where was Tino's message? around the whole earth to help. I'm just typing what he said. Okay. Yeah, but it was amazing. I'm sad that it's over. Okay, after this, there's that altitude thing, but I'm in no rush. It feels really nice to not be in a rush again, I have to say, because before the trip, I was starting to get anxious that this app wouldn't be ready. So now I'm not in a rush. I can take breaks from it. I can go back to it. So I'm gonna finish this. Then I think I'll set up the GitHub repository for the family business, right? And yeah, right? Like, welcome back to the vibe, because it was not the vibe before I left, because I was like, oh my God, I'm leaving soon. I need to finish this app. This one I think is the best photo. This one here. When you say star maps, you actually want to see a map, or do you want, yeah, draw the actual sky map. Yeah. Should it also track other things that move? These aren't in any star catalog. They need their own orbital math. Currently just the actual band arcs across the sky, and drawing it properly would show where. Yeah, I think maybe the Milky Way. Because my guide kept saying, oh, the Milky Way is over there. I'm like, where? The fact that he knows where the Milky Way is, I don't know. I mean, I saw where, like I said, I stayed in his family's home for 3 nights. And like, it's just this little village. Like, these streets are so small and windy. And it's like, I remember sitting at one of the viewpoints thinking, wow, I could not have, like, he was born and raised there. His parents were born and raised there. In this small little town, small little village. And I remember thinking, I couldn't have grown up in a more opposite place than this. It was just mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. We're in the Milky Way, so point wherever you want. Okay. The Milky Way is the dentist part. In the sky where you see small stars. Oh, okay. Yeah, but the fact that you can see stars like that almost every single night, unless, you know, there are clouds, but so many nights of clear skies. I mean, I got really, really lucky also with the weather for certain viewpoints, that, especially that Rakaposhi hike, this one. If there's cloud cover, you can't see Rakaposhi. So, and again, this was when I started feeling ill. So I was like, if I made this journey, this 2-day journey, and I can't see this freaking mountain, I'm going to be pissed. And I saw it. And then, like, when we got here, you know, you don't get this view if it's cloudy. So I got really, really lucky with clear skies. And that's why I said, like, on the flight, even though it was cloudy, and I didn't get to see, like, you know, what you see on the most scenic flight in the entire world, I said, you know what, it's okay. I saw so much, and I'll be back. I will definitely go back to Pakistan, but next time I will go alone, like without a guide, and then make my way up north, and then probably give this family business some business, like, and let them take me on some hikes and stuff, because that's the only thing like I said, I'm scared of. I needed somebody with me for the hikes, because the hikes are very dangerous. Like, it's sketchy, the rocks are loose. When we did this hike, oh no, why is the picture not working? Oh, there it is. When we did this hike, it's very steep, and it's slippery. Like, it's all clay with loose rocks, and many people on the way down fall down. Like, my guide told me on the last trip, like, he had just done a big group trip, and there was 11 people, and 7 out of 11 people fell. So I was like, shit, like, my ass is gonna fall. I did not fall. I didn't fall. And I waited till we got back to the car, and then I was like, okay, I can officially say I didn't fall. Hey, Timothy, what's up? But anyway, point being, when I do these hikes, I do want somebody with me, because if something happens to me on one of these mountains and I'm alone, it's just not good. How's it going, Timothy? How's the Philippines? All right, after this, maybe let me do the GitHub repo now. So I should make it public, right? The one that we're gonna do the competition for. Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh, this thing. Okay, send SMS. Okay. New. I haven't made a new one in a long time. Repository name. Hunza Mountain Tours. public. I don't need to change any of this, right? It's just... All right, it's public. So now I just share it with you guys. I mean, obviously there's nothing in it yet. We're going to start this tomorrow. I'm going to see if I could just get a little more. Well, we're just going to start with a landing page. We're just going to start with the landing page. Because I just want to send it to them first. Make sure that they like it. And then I was asking for like the information on, you know, what do you want in the website? They have no clue. So I'm going to figure it out for them. I know what their business is. Like they do the mountain tours, they have the homestay, they have the backpackers hostel, and they have the volunteering program. So we're going to start with that, and then click on create a new file. Okay. Name it. So the volunteer program, it's actually something that I might be interested in doing, and it could be a reason for me to go back to Pakistan sooner than later. So there was an American woman staying at the homestay. She goes every summer to volunteer at the local schools there in the village, and the students are like amazing. And she's also a teacher who kind of struggles in her day-to-day in the career because of just how difficult this profession has become. And like, you know, the kids don't care, there's no work ethic, they're not prepared. But in this village in Pakistan, like the kids show up and they open their notebooks and they're ready to learn. So it got me thinking, like the 3 days that I spent there, like I kind of want to volunteer here too, like maybe for a few weeks out of the year, because it was my Pakistani students in New York City that brought me to Pakistan. So if I went back and I volunteered and I gave back to the community, I feel like it would be a full circle moment for me and bring me back to the whole reason why Pakistan intrigued me in the first place. So it's volunteering at the local schools in the village. So I'm definitely interested. I have to look at, there's more of Central Asia that I want to travel to. Like I want to go to Kyrgyzstan, I want to go to Tajikistan, I want to go to Uzbekistan, I want to go to Afghanistan. So I have to look at the map and see like maybe I can make it a stop along the way in future travels and spend some time volunteering there. I think it would be nice. Okay, so Azor said you can name it readme.md. It really would be cool to teach them coding. They really don't know that much about it. Oh wait. Okay. And then you said for those who want to read what you want. Okay. I don't even, so okay, landing page for Hunza Mountain Tours. You just, oh, what did I do? You just made a readme folder, but that may not. Okay, wait, what did I do? Delete this. This was the folder. All right, wait, how do I go back? Add readme. Okay, create a new file. Name your file. Okay. Hunza Mountain Tours. Offers. After it's done, you can press commit changes and the GitHub page will show what you are seeking in upfront after you scroll down a bit. Oh, okay. What else? What else do I want? Would you like to volunteer there? So you're originally from Pakistan. Where are you located now? So where they're located, where the family is located, it's in Hunza, in Golkan. It's close to like Karimabad and Aliabad. So that's where it's located. Do you want to be in contact with them? Because they have an Instagram. I'm in UK, but my parents are going to Kashmir in September. I could go with them for 4 weeks. Okay, you should definitely contact them. I think it's a great experience. That family is amazing. Like it, and staying there, they really made me feel like family, and they took care of me. My stomach was upset. Okay, hold on. Let me get the Instagram for you. 1 second. Because that's all they have right now. You know, they don't have a website or anything, but their WhatsApp is on the Instagram. But they're always looking for volunteers, and you can volunteer, you know, any time of year. Okay, let me see. Raymond. Okay, so here is the Instagram to the homestay. Oh, you can't copy and paste on the chat. Hold on. How do you spell this? Oh my God. R-E-H-M-A-N. 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 Homestay.golden. So that is the Instagram, and the WhatsApp is on there. It says for booking, but if you text out WhatsApp, like, you could tell them that you're interested in volunteering, and that, and make sure you tell them that you heard from me, because I was just there. And it will just put you in contact with them, and they'll tell you how to sign up and everything. My name's Jillian. So you can say, I was just there, the girl with the red hair, and that I referred you. And yeah, basically what they'll do is probably, like, if you volunteer, you stay at the homestay, or, I mean, I'm sure you can stay wherever. If you didn't want to stay at the homestay, you can stay wherever you want. But I mean, you're originally from Pakistan, but for me, it was such a great experience, because it's like you had the home cooked meals, and like you sat in their dining room, and you got like a full authentic experience. So for me, it was really special. For you, originally being from Pakistan, I don't know if you would be interested in that, but I thought it was super special. It was probably the most special part of the whole trip, because it was like truly authentic. And like when you stay at the homestay, the food is included. And it was probably okay, cool. It was probably like the cleanest food that I had, because it was home cooked. Like it at that point, I was already ill. I already had food poisoning. So it was just like, whatever. But you know, like, these families, they want you to eat. And if you don't eat a lot, they're like, why aren't you eating? Eat more, eat more, eat more. And I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I can't. Oh my God, it's been working for 22 minutes. What the heck is it doing? The sun is like setting. You know, I thought I was going to be good, because, you know, I'm Asian. Like, Asians have strong stomachs, and I have lived in Asia for 2 years now. The only time I ever got sick was from a coconut, and everybody was getting sick from the coconuts. But man, oh man, did I get the food poisoning of my entire life. Food poisoning is standard, apparently. Okay. I can go back and edit this, right? Because I don't know what else. It was weird, but you want to know what, Azor? I knew it was from the coconut. I had a coconut smoothie, and it just tasted a little off. There was just something funky about it. I didn't finish it. And then the next day I got sick, and I kept thinking, like, what was it that I ate? What is it that I ate? Like, I bet you it was from that coconut smoothie. And then at the end of the week at work, everybody was talking about how they got stomach illness from coconut. And then I was like, that's what it was. It was a damn coconut smoothie. The green button is mandatory, though. Okay. All right, cool. Instagram. At Ray. Raymond. Just a tip on using LLMs. I recently learned you should create a plan with a more capable model. And then do execution. Okay, thank you. I feel like I've had that suggestion before. I still have been playing around with models, like because I do tend to like, to use the best thing possible, like the highest model, the smartest model, like not just with LLMs, but like with everything. Like, I always want the best, the latest camera, the latest phone. Like I always want the best of the best, but with usage limits and things like that, I have been experimenting and still trying to figure out, when is it best to optimize this model? When is it best to optimize that model? And I just got back. I still haven't used my Fable 5 usage because I'm saving it for the family business website. So yeah, I'm still playing around with, obviously if money wasn't an issue and credits were an issue, that would be a different story. But I still am trying to figure out when is best to use what. It's hard to tell, but definitely for planning, I get that. Yeah, for sure. Damn, 26 minutes. It's still going. I think I'm gonna run out. Oh, I'm about to run out. That's okay. I'll finish it later off stream, just so tomorrow we can get right into the family business. And then I still have to revisit this. There are still other bugs and things I want to fix, but again, not a priority, not in a rush anymore. So amazing. Such an amazing feeling. Yeah, same time tomorrow. I'm not sure exactly where you are, Trav, but 3 p.m. Thailand time is when I start. So yeah, same time, same place. I'm signing off soon anyway. As soon as this usage goes out, I want to see if it's gonna. It says 100%, but. How is it still going? Bye, Trav. I'm so confused how it's still running. Wow, it's been 3 hours and 45 minutes. Is it actually still going? It says I used 100%, but it didn't tell me. It still says approaching the session usage limit. Oof, I'm hungry. All right, so this is created. It's a new kind of system to really help out those dashboards. But to see you tomorrow. Yeah, okay. You must check out Canvas, new kind of system. All right, I have to see what that is. What the heck is it doing? This is really cool though. This was a great idea. Now I wish I took more pictures of the stars. Well, I took them every time I saw them. Almost done thinking. Okay. Oh my god, the gecko is chirping. The geckos had a freaking party in my house when I was gone. They had an absolute party in this house. Because when I got home yesterday, there was gecko poop everywhere. They went crazy. Chart is running correctly with its 14 labels intact. No boundary trip. Let me try once more. Okay, hurry up. Hurry up. I want to see the chart. And then I want to go eat. 32 minutes. Ay, ay, ay. My rubies. Let me look at them again. I think it's better lighting. If I hold it against the light. I wish I found an emerald though. Make it stop referencing Southern Cross. It was an example of what it should say on the API, but not something that we are looking for. It might be. Okay, I will. I'll have to do that later though, because after this I'm gonna log off. I'm just not even sure how it's still working. It said it met 100% of my session limit. So I'm confused to how it's still even thinking. I just want to see it. I want to see that star map. Take off my watch. Look at my photos again. Damn. The classifier has been down for several minutes now. I verified everything I can by other means, so let me ship and be precise about the one gap. Okay, yeah. Ship, let's go. Let's go. Okay. I'm very patient most times, but my tummy is growling. Okay, we're committing. We're pushing. Please. Oh, good. You can click the photo and see it. Insane. Literally insane. Okay, come on. Push. Oh, thank God. Thank God. Tino, I'll fix that, the Southern Cross thing later. What should say on the API, but not something that we were looking for. Oh, it's still going. Why is it still? Oh my God. What is this? It's kind of blurry. I can't really read that. The whole sky above you. Wait, but how does it show what I'm actually looking at? I guess this does. Like, I kind of would want it to highlight what I'm looking at. But I think I'll play with it later. My usage is done, even though I don't know why it still says I'm approaching the session usage limit when it says I'm at 100%. But I think I'll play with it later, and then we'll start the Oh, you like it, Tino? I would like it to kind of highlight more of what I'm actually looking at, because I don't think it's doing that. But I'll try to play with that later, or we could always revisit it another time, because tomorrow I do want to start that family businesses landing page, especially while I still have access to Fable 5. Because that's what I'm saving my usage for. I'm saving it for them, not something that's really for myself. So anyway, let me start hopping off. But it was a good first day back. It's almost been 4 hours. I can't believe it. But now that I streamed, I officially feel like a normal person again and not like a cave woman, even though it was amazing feeling like that for 2 weeks. But now I definitely feel like I'm back in my routine. But thank you everybody for joining me for day 37 of learning how to vibe code. And thank you all for coming back. I was like, everybody probably forgot about me after 2.5 weeks. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Azor. Thank you, Tino. That was such a great recommendation for the app. Thank you, Trav. Thank you, Enigmatronics. Thank you, Slime. What's poppin', Slime was the first one in today. Thanks, Timothy, for stopping by. Thank you, Sarah. Sissy, you better not threaten our friendship ever again, okay? You better be friends with me no matter what I do. Unless it's something like unethical or something like that. Who else? You know I like to say goodbye to everybody. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Zaid. Thank you, Ahad. Thank you, Mr. Saha. I know Templates was here. Thank you, Templates. Thank you, Rise. Thank you, Vish. Abuzar. Thank you, Private. Arrange. Thank you, Hunter. Thank you, Rigzin. Oh my God, so many people. So many more people than I thought. And that's as far up as I can scroll, and I don't think I can remember anything else. Tino, Thursday in the third picture, the brown one of these lines of stars is the Milky Way, by the way. Oh, okay. Thanks, Tino. Yes, see you tomorrow. Hi, Pure. I'm logging off right now. But I just came back from Pakistan, so I would say rewatch the stream to kind of get an idea. I built an app for the trip that I just came back from. So love your country. Absolutely obsessed. I just got back yesterday. I'm in love with Pakistan. But everybody, I hope you have a good evening, morning, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you tomorrow for day 38 of learning how to vibe code. And we'll start a brand new project. See you guys tomorrow.